Happy Black Friday, everybody, assuming that you're in the US. Happy just Friday slash Saturday for anyone else around the world. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone who did celebrate Thanksgiving had a great one, surrounded by friends, family, or just, by yourself, eating good food. So today, this stream, I usually don't stream on Fridays. Usually we only do the Wednesday stream, but because it is Black Friday, and then people were asking for it, I'm just gonna do some pretty chill deal hunting today. So I'm actually super tired right now. I didn't sleep. I tried to go to sleep. So what happened was, we had Thanksgiving at our house. And then I took a nap for an hour and a half at 10 p.m. So I woke up at 11:30, pretty energized, and then I tried to go to sleep, and I just laid in bed till like 4 or 5 a.m. without being able to sleep. So then I decided to just wake up, clean up a little bit, and then just, stay awake. So, but now, see, that was a mistake, because I'm super tired right now. Like, my eyes just felt heavy all of a sudden. Like, as soon as it got to like 7 or 8 a.m. the tiredness came on me. So yeah, came over me rather, not but yeah, so I'll try to keep the energy levels high, but we'll see how this goes. So I gotta give a shout out though, because I didn't put up this stream notification until last night around midnight. And Jason was the first person to actually leave a comment. And for him, it was like 2 a.m. So he was still awake. But yeah, so we had some other early comments, but I'm not even sure they're still here. Kevin Ngo was also relatively early. But yeah. So what's up? What's up, Luis, aka Kryptonic HD, Jason, Dylan, Carter, Danny? Do you plan on getting the Steam Deck? I actually don't think so. We have a Nintendo Switch. My wife plays that for the most part. My worry about the Steam Deck is, and I've seen quite a bit of people do this with their Steam Decks, and that is, they buy it, they play with it for like, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks or something, and then they kind of get bored of it and don't really use it, especially if they're a power PC user like myself, and then it just goes into a drawer or cabinet or something, and then they eventually end up selling it for a discount to someone else who's looking for a used Steam Deck. I mean, if you look on Craigslist and stuff like that, or not Craigslist, but OfferUp, you'll see a lot of Steam Decks on there of people within that situation, I think. So I don't think I would get a Steam Deck. If I'm ever going anywhere public where you would actually use a Steam Deck, I just wouldn't play games, or I would just be on my phone or talking to my wife or something. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Madness Rising? Happy late Thanksgiving. Kryptonic HD says, no good deals anywhere. I ended up just messing with emulation all day yesterday. Now I'm on... there's actually... So, I want to hear about all y'all's Black Friday / Thanksgiving, or early Black Friday, or Black Friday week, whatever you want to call it, deals that you have picked up within like the last week since the deals have started rolling in. I've bought one thing officially from Black Friday sales. It was actually something that Jason DM'd me about at 2 a.m. like a few nights ago. So I'll bring that deal up to show. He got one as well, but it was a stupid rebate deal for a AMD graphics card. So I'll bring that up. But what have you all, if you've bought anything yet, what have you bought? And if not, what are you even looking for? I'm just curious to get a feeler out. You sound so tired. What's up, Zia? Are the kids watching too, or is it just you and Andy? But yeah, I am tired. I'll be going on almost 24 hours of being awake with only like an hour and a half nap. So I will probably take a big nap after this stream. Assuming Melissa doesn't want to do anything. I hope she doesn't, because I want to just relax and take a big nap. Ben Wong just bought a used Tab a Tab S8 for $325. Is that a Galaxy Tab S8? Is that like a tablet? I'm actually not super aware of modern day tablets aside from like iPads. I don't know what any of the other companies have. My tablet that I have is a Nexus 7 2nd gen, so that tells you how old like I keep up to date with tablets and stuff. So FG204 says, can confirm I had 2 Steam Decks and sold both of them. Why did you have it at 2 separate times where like you wanted a Steam Deck, said I changed my mind, I sell it, and then it's like, wait, no, I want it, so you bought it again? Or did you buy 2 in parallel and then sold both of them? So, Toasty Bros stream at 6 a.m. for me daily. So 6 a.m., which was yeah, you're West Coast, so they streamed 3 hours ago. They stream every single day. I didn't realize that. I think they stream. Do they stream on YouTube? I know they stream on Twitch, and I really don't follow people or watch Twitch streams, so that I wasn't aware that they stream every single day. That's nuts. Cause even if it's like a really regular stream that doesn't have like super crazy high production value, it still takes effort to set up a stream and be in front of a camera. So mad props to them and their team. RMCF got yourself a 4K monitor. Nice. 4K only or 4K high refresh rate? Arizona Sniper says, looking for good deals on 1440p for gaming under 300. We might run into some of those. I'll be going over Slick Deals and building PC sales, which I think are like the 2 best places for like the, people catching fast, quick deals. But let's see. Sully says, it's the first Black Friday that I'm somehow not really buying anything. That could change though if I find a good RAM deal. Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. As of late, I haven't been really participating too much in Black Friday. This year, I mean, we just happened to kind of want a TV upgrade, so that's why I'm kind of looking. But other than that, I don't go hard on Black Friday as I used to, like years ago when I was, trying to buy up everything. Jason says he uses his Steam Deck every day, though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because, Jason, didn't you have, like, not only the Nintendo Switch, but did you have, like, all the Nintendo DSs and stuff like that? After the Game Boy Color, I didn't really play any of the other, like, Game Boy Advance or any other handhelds, so I'm just not a handheld person, which is why I don't think a Steam Deck would be good for me. Yes, Kevin Go. My Nexus tablet is like 9 years old. I know. And I bought it used like a couple years after it came out. Oh, you like the PS Vita, right? So okay, got it. Kryptonic HD says TVs nowadays are so cheap. If you're not looking for the higher end features and want to cheap, oh yeah, 55-inch. I've been seeing those for I think around like 250 to 300. So you can get them for so dirt cheap. The price goes up really fast though as you start approaching like in the upper like 60s to 70 to 80. It gets expensive fast. But if you just want like 55-inch, there's so many deals for it right now. It's actually, I was kind of looking for deals because we're probably gonna go with the 75-inch. And there's not as many of those out compared to the smaller size TVs like 50 and 55-inch. So didn't none of PlayStation's handhelds reach their full potentials? Like they're all pretty cool and people, there's like a kind of like a cult following for them, but they just never got as popular as the Nintendos. Your favorite JoJo says, what kind of CPU and GPU upgrade? I was looking. Wait, what? Did I miss another part of your question? Oh, any good upgrade ideas from the Ryzen 1600? That's a Ryzen 5, not a Ryzen 3, but and an RX 5800 Sapphire Nitro. I'm stuck on how to upgrade. Okay, so JoJo, actually, kind of what kind of CPU and GPU upgrade I was looking at. So you could get a Ryzen 3600 if you wanted. I mean, right now you can get 5600s for like 130 bucks, I think. Actually, let's pop over to the browser. So we'll be looking at some stuff on Newegg as well as. Here, let me move this over. Yeah, but let me look at how much 5600s are. Because if you're looking for an upgrade, I could have sworn they were on sale for a little bit less than this even. I mean, how cheap can you get a 3600 for? I'm assuming you're buying that used. I don't think the new ones are really worth their price. So those are 116. Or you can get, so 5500 is 115, 5600X. Let me look at Newegg. I could have sworn the 5600 was just 130. Okay, 135, and you get Uncharted game bundle with it. Is there? And then if you use the Zip 11 thing, you can get 10% off, which would be, or 11% off, which 11% off of this would be around like 13 bucks. So that would be 120 bucks. So yeah, I don't see, unless you're getting a cheap used 3600, I don't think it's worth it. You should just get a 5600 for the CPU side of things. You can use the same motherboard because I'm assuming you're on AM4, so you should be able to get a BIOS update and upgrade this. But if you're looking for a graphics card from your 580, there's just like so many RX 60 650 XT deals going on right now. Let me see, what's the cheapest one? Let's see, there's some rebate cards, 269 to, okay. So I think this Eagle OC might be one of the lower price ones, and it comes with 2 games. But I mean, you can choose whichever model you want. There's there was the let me sort by lowest price. But yeah, let me get you a link for this.
Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
What is this gonna be? 260 after rebate, and then you can get the 11% off, so it brings it down pretty low. So I mean, it's kind of hard not to grab this or an equivalent card to this right now. Like, this is, I think this is better value than the 6600 non-XTs that I've been seeing going for around like 210-ish. Where is that Asus one? I was actually which one? There was an Asus one that I was gonna bring up that I was just talking about earlier. Lowest price. Yeah, let me try to see if I can find it. Where is it? Asus Dual. Oh, so this one's back in stock. Okay, this, this deal changed. Hey, what's up, Ryan, aka Death Tech? Morning. Okay. I need, what was this deal? So this Asus dual card, you see how this has a, look at this crazy rebate. A day and a half ago, this was going for $350. So it was $170 after a $180 rebate. It looks like the price has gone up. Yeah, let me see if I can find it on Reddit because it was just a crazy deal that's kind of weird, but it was basically the best RX 6650 XT that we were ever gonna find. So let me see. RX 6650 XT. It was like the top thing on Reddit. It was like at 1 a.m. when the deal went live. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this was the actual deal 1 day ago, but it's not up anymore. So what it was yeah, it was this exact Asus Dual 6650 XT for $350, which came out to $169 after a $180 mail-in rebate. This is something you don't see that often, where the mail-in rebate amount is more than what the final cost is gonna be, or more than 50% of the cost of the card, which was crazy. So I'm actually gonna run a poll, because I actually picked one of these up, and like I said, Jason X grabbed one for himself, and he's probably going to use it since his 6800 XT got lost in the mail or got stolen by UPS. But my question to you all is, would you have jumped on this deal? Because there is a slight risk that if for whatever reason you mess up your mail-in rebate, let's say you type in your address wrong, your name wrong, I don't know, you don't put the UPC codes correctly, which I think it can all be done online. I'll be doing that once the card comes in. But would you do a deal that is this crazy where the mail-in rebate is more than 50% of the total cost that you're paying up front? So let's start a poll. Would you do a mail-in rebate for a high price item? Okay. So let's see what people vote for this. Yes or no? Oh, did they cancel it? Wait. What's going on? Stunt 94U says, Newegg canceled my 6650 XT order. Stunt, did you get this exact order? Was this the one that was canceled for you? Let me check my email. I wonder if it was a price mistake. Let me see. Newegg, your digital order? Nope. Okay, so I don't think I was able to get it because Newegg actually made a tracking number for me and my digital order for the games. Those are available, and I don't have a cancellation email. So I put in this order at midnight, basically of Thanksgiving Day. Oh, if people put in out of stock orders, but yeah, so that is interesting. I mean, it's technically not out of stock now, right? It's just higher. It's $50 more now. Yeah, so the mail-in rebate is gonna be paid out in the form of a Zelle, and then if you don't have Zelle, you can choose options like them mailing you a check, which seems kind of archaic. But yeah, so it's easy, but it is still some hoops to jump through, and there is that low chance for whatever reason the mail-in rebate doesn't go through. Like I've heard plenty of horror stories where people who are very diligent about doing mail-in rebates and have done them a lot, they have just haven't had luck with it, or the company just ends up screwing them over for whatever reason. Also, mail-in rebates are known to take a while to process and get your money back. Usually when I've done mail-in rebates in the past, I don't think I've ever gotten a mail-in rebate back under a month from when I sent it out. It usually takes 1 month plus, if not like 2 months. But yeah. Oh yeah, Amazon. So one of the Reddit comments said you can still get this deal if you can find that card from a verified reseller. So let me see if the card is here. Asus for the people. Oh no. Dual OC. So the dual OC here, man. And there's no Prime too. 6500 XT. Yeah, so this is the card, right? What is this? 286. That's the 6600. Yeah, so it's 400 here too. So 412 apparently. Yeah, so it looks like, and this is from Dio targets, huh? Actually, let me bring this up on Amazon. So what you could have done is, if you missed the Newegg deal here for the good price, you could have gone over to Amazon. But this is sold on Amazon, but not like by Amazon. So there is you would have to look into if the rebate would work if you bought from this reseller. I think people in the comments said that you can't buy from resellers to get the rebate back. Let me actually take a look. So we go here, reseller, Amazon. Okay, let's see, Amazon. Yep. Where's all the? I thought there was more comments on this one. Oh, that's not the. Sorry, that's not the post. How did I actually? Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry. Ordered from Amazon. Rebate details. Look to offer code. Okay, let's see. So Amazon. Where's the reseller? Order from Amazon. Rebate details after all authorized resellers. That's the only thing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so if you're trying to get this 6650 XT, I don't see a reason to get it from Amazon at this point, because it is still cheaper on Newegg. But for whatever reason, if you do find it cheap here, I feel like it's kind of a risk. I don't see a clear answer, but it says for those clicking the link, rebate no longer shows Newegg's or Newegg show because Newegg is showing the third-party reseller product. So on Newegg, the rebate form goes away once Newegg doesn't have it anymore, and it's a different reseller. On Amazon, there's no rebate link at all. So the fact that you're potentially buying from a third-party reseller, I don't know if it would apply. So just be careful there, because what you don't want to do is be stuck in a situation where you just spent $400 on a graphics card, expecting to get 180 of that back on a rebate, and you can't. So that's why with mail-in rebates, it's kind of risky, right? You're fronting the money, and then you know, if something goes wrong, then you're gonna be overpaying essentially for this graphics card. But if we take a look at the poll of would you do a mail-in rebate for a high-price item when the mail-in rebate is more than 50% of the upfront cost, it's kind of almost split 50-50, but we do have a slight skew towards most people saying yes. So yeah, so you gotta read the fine print. With mail-in rebates, the reason they do it is because, one, they're hoping people are being lazy and just not taking advantage of it. If the mail-in rebate was like for $5 to $10, I bet a lot of people would kind of ignore it if the price of the item was good enough. But when you're talking about a $180 mail-in rebate, that's ridiculous. So I can't wait till this comes in. I'm gonna actually track how long it takes for me to get this rebate back, and I'll report back. But yeah. All right, I missed quite a bit of chat. Someone was okay. What was Chander asking? Hey, Christopher Cooney's in the chat. What's up, Chris? Yeah, so okay, so now here's the question. It is $50 more. Let me go back to, where's all the, okay, so, I mean, in that case, of the two cards, which one would you guys rather buy? Like, if you're looking for a graphics card right now, you have under $300 to spend. I guess in this one you have to have $400 to spend up front. But let's just say your target end goal for the card is, I'm gonna end this poll because wow, it's actually getting closer. Most people will be willing to pay for a rebate that's more than 50% of the cost. But I'm gonna ask a different poll now because between these two cards, I'm curious what people would lean towards. So you've got this Gigabyte Eagle card, and let's just assume the cards are like equivalent performance, right? They're gonna be slightly different. They have different like number of fans on them, but for the most part, we're talking about RX 6650 XT versus an RX 6650 XT. Which of these two would you rather buy, given their rebate situations? So, and assuming that they both come with the free games too, the 2 free games. So, let me poll. Let's see. So this would be $260 card after $20 mail-in rebate, and then this is gonna be the $230? Because I mean, this one is gonna be the cheapest after $180 mail-in rebate. So this is gonna be what, $410 up front. Yeah, so how much, what are you willing to do, and what are you potentially willing to risk for a $30 savings? So while you guys vote on that, yeah, but let me actually get this. I'm gonna try to update the description. This is kind of hard to do, and it's not like I can give mods permission to change the description. So, so this is gonna be $260 RX 650 XE. Whoops. Vertini says, I just bought a 13600K. For how much? I think all the new processors are on sale, like $10-20. I think I saw the i7 rather, 13700K on sale for like $30 less than normal. It was down to like 400 from 430, I think. So there's a little bit of savings to be had, but the 13600K, that's pushing like, that's normally $300, right? So how much is that going for? We need to manufacture instant rebate. Mail-in rebates are bad sometimes. I mean, I would say mail-in rebates are bad all the time. It's such a stupid system, but there's a reason they have it in place. And that's for the forgetful people. You can buy yeah, so let's go over to Amazon side of things and take a look. So now it's a different question, right? Let's see. So RX 6650 XT. Let me sort by lowest price. Oh, you're just gonna give me all this crap, Amazon. Departments, computer graphics cards, please. And they're showing me 6500 XTs, my favorite. So we gotta go down quite a bit. So the cheapest, so 6600s, that's not a good price. You can get 6600s for as low as like $229. But if we go for 6600s or 6650 XTs, that's a 3050. So it's gonna be this Swift one. For $270. So yeah, I mean, I mean, that's another poll question in itself, right? Do you just pay $270 for the card outright? Which is, honestly, $270 is what we've been seeing for like the last few months already. So that's already a pretty standard price. With this mail-in rebate, it's not the biggest rebate in the world, $20, but it pushes it down another $10. Honestly, it could go either way. Like, do you want to deal with rebates, or do you just want to get the card and not have to worry about anything afterwards? So, yeah. MM says, I heard horror stories with mail-in rebates. Fortunately, my personal experience has been smooth. Yeah, so I've always received my mail-in rebates back. Like I said earlier, sometimes they take quite a bit to get back, but I guess a pro tip would be, if you're ever doing a mail-in rebate, especially physically, and they force you to cut the UPC code and the barcode off of the box and attach it to the mail, I always either photocopy or take a picture of every document I'm sending in, as well as the UPC and stuff. Because if that thing gets lost in the mail and I need to contact them and say, hey, I actually sent this in, I could provide proof. I've never had to use the proof, but I do always, with my phone, take a picture. Because once that, you know, the UPC and the barcode with the serial number of your specific card, because they want to make sure that you aren't filling out multiple rebates and stuff. They want to make sure that you actually bought the card. Once that's gone, you're never getting that back. So always take pictures and make backup copies. The 6650 XT is still $250 on Amazon. I'm not seeing it. Why is it not popping up for me? I'm sorting it by lowest price. I'm seeing 6600 XTs here, but see, the thing is, I hate it when Amazon does this, where they don't actually show the price here, but we'll open these links and see. So here's $241 with free delivery Wednesday. And this is the 6650 and the 6600 XT are pretty much identical. You can overclock very easily a 6600 XT to 6650 XT levels. So I almost view them as the same card. And this one's also $240. So there are cheaper ones. Does anyone know why Amazon does not put the price here? Is it because it's not? No, it's not because it's not Prime. Because as we can see here, here's a card that's not Prime, but it gives you the big highlighted price. So yeah, I don't get why these two did not have them, but these two would be pretty decent deals too, coming in at $240 and $241. Between these two, I like Sapphire as a brand. They're like the EVGAs of AMD. So yeah. DM'd me the link. Let me see. It's usually because it's seller who don't have it in Amazon. What do you mean by they don't have it in Amazon? I guess when I'm buying it, what's happening? Oh yeah, why isn't this one popping up? What the heck? And it is a 60. Okay. Oh, this is an MSI mech one. The link you sent me was for an MSI mech one for 66. For the mail-in rebate was for the Asus one. Yeah. And this is from a third-party seller too. Use it means because the item isn't available. So let me see this. Oh, wait. This is used. Maybe that's why. Okay. Alright. That is why. I wish they would just... Amazon should just have a better way of marking it. That's really strange. So, I was going to add it to cart just to see. But it is showing... It's $240 because it's used. So, okay. Maybe okay, this isn't as good of a deal now. Because... you would expect it to be 10 to 20 bucks cheaper, if not more, for being used. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Mr. Clyburn, aka Joker? How's it going? Good morning. All right, so JD just got some good feedback from the chat, which thanks, by the way, to everyone who is helping out in chat while I'm doing the stuff on screen. But what was the question that JD had? So JD said, I have a RTX 2060, but streaming with my Ryzen 5 3600, you lose a bit of performance using NVENC. You're always going to lose a little bit of performance no matter what you do, unless you have like a dedicated external capture card. I just want more stable CPU than AM4. Okay, so where do we go from there? Yeah, so if you want a more stable CPU than the 3600, and that's decent for streaming while not spending a ton of money, the 5600X would work out. Though I'm curious, with using the NVENC encoder on the RTX 2060, I'm not sure if the blame is to be put on the CPU. I guess depending on the title that the games that you might be playing, but it might be unrelated to the streaming. Like NVENC pretty much carries the streaming performance there. You can use NVENC with like an i3 or a Ryzen 3, and it'll still give the performance is gonna be not due to having an underpowered CPU for the most part, and it's gonna be mostly on the graphics card. So I guess that, to me, that's kind of a strange question. Paul Dawson says hi from the UK. Hey, what is up? So all right, so that's the whole graphics card thing. This was the only deal, not this one, or the Dual C was the only one that I picked up. But like I said, I was looking for a TV, but we'll go through and look at slick deals real fast at the PC section. Where's the computers? Well, RTX 3070 is 450 right now. Yeah, so those are seeing a little bit of a discount. I guess that's a lot of discount because they've been going for like 540 leading up to like this week. You use it with a 3rd gen i5. Yeah, but we're talking about different performance levels and bottlenecks in the systems. I'm trying to think, comparing a GTX 1060 with a 3rd gen i5 versus a 2060 with the Ryzen 3600. The 3600 and the 2060, I would, in my mind, those are closer in performance and a better pairing than the GTX 1060 with the 3rd gen, which is going to be an Ivy Bridge i5. So not seeing any performance loss when you're streaming at NVENC, it might have been because you were already GPU bottlenecked. What I would do is I would test your system, especially with all the overlays and stuff. I'm not fully convinced that you upgrading your CPUs is gonna see heavy performance increase that you lost due to streaming specifically. You are gonna gain performance because you're going from, you know, the 3600 to the 5600, but your problem, you said it sounded like when you stream with NVENC, you lost more performance than you were expecting. Okay, let's see. Swizzy says, wondering what DDR4 RAM you suggest for a Black Friday deal. How much, what are you looking for? Like 16 gigs, 32 gigs? Thanks for the reminder. 64 gigs. Where are we? We actually haven't been looking at many of that because not many people need 64 gigs, but we can take a look here. Where's computer parts? Yeah, so I think for the most part, we care more about computer parts than like pre-built or laptops or anything like that. So just looking at the front page of Slick Deals, there's hard drives. I'm just gonna go through, and anything that pops up, I'll stop and look at in more detail. But like just seeing this though, I do want to talk about it. Would anyone be interested ever in buying a platinum 750 watt power supply for 130 bucks? I guess for me specifically, efficiency is not too high on the list. Like honestly, if it's for me, it's gonna be like quality of power supply, right? So you know, you can use the tier list, you can use reviews that the different outlets put out, but quality and then price is second, and then or capacity is up there too. Like if you need specifically like higher capacity or higher wattage rather, like I think I would personally be okay with a bronze power supply, a bronze rated 80 plus efficiency, if it was cheap enough, it was the wattage I needed, and it was good quality. Like usually you're gonna get some either bronze. I don't see many silver power supplies, which is kind of interesting. You usually see like bronze or gold when you're talking about like good quality power supplies, and then when you start getting to like the lower tier, more entry level units, then you'll see the 80 plus white efficiencies. But yeah, I'm just curious, just seeing this this one right here. Oh, this is SFX too, so still I know that platinum is gonna carry a premium on that price. Like SFX 750 watts, they would be a little bit less if it was not platinum. So Swizzy, if you're looking for 64 gigs, 3600 megahertz, or would you be okay with like CL18? Because that's gonna be the same price as 3200 CL16. But we might run into it here. If not, it'll be really quick to find it on like PC Part Picker or something. Which let me pull up real quick. Okay, so let's go to RAM. Let's go to memory. Go to DDR4. And then what configuration do you need? We can look at both 4x16 and then 2x, where's the 2x32? So those are looking to start at so we don't, okay, where's the speed? We're gonna go no lower than 3200. 2x, okay, so you want 2x32. Where's it at? I'm just trying to get an idea of what the prices are on PC Part Picker, which may not be reflective of the deals that are out right now, but you got your Oloy stuff. So we're looking at around 150 bucks, which means 32 gigs is around 75. Okay, so that sounds about right. Let's see. 2x32. Course, all the Wonder RAM. I'm not even gonna bother with Amazon, unless you know your specific RAM model is so annoying to filter through. 4 GB. $1440p 144 hertz monitors. I think they've been going for $250 during the deals right now. But for monitors, if you care about like color accuracy and things like that, you definitely need to look into specific reviews for them. Like for me, for the most part, I care just about the different specs, like resolution, refresh rate, things like that, more so, and then just the type of panel it is. But if you if you care about the finer details about like ghosting and things like that, and like the latency and all that, you definitely need to look at like there's not many monitor reviewers is the only problem, and not many that do video reviews either. Yeah, so the Black Friday deal, 176, that's what we were seeing PC Part Picker. PC Part Picker actually had it for slightly cheaper. 3600 megahertz here is going to be CL18, isn't it? Yep, it is. Which is the same thing. 3200 CL16 is the same thing as 3600 CL18 in terms of like the true latency. So this is a Black Friday deal. You do get the Ripjaw, like G-Skill Ripjaw's branding here for 176, but we're already seeing it for as low as 152, 154 from Mushkin. So it's really up to you. I'm not sure if I would consider any of these deal prices. This is what we've been seeing. It's looking like RAM is not that much lower price than what we've already had in the last month or two. So and I think I did miss a question. Oh, Daytime Rocker says, silver is a thing of the past. I have a modular Silverstone, 750 watt silver from like, I'm pretty sure, I think you can still get silver power supplies, but they seem to be like older models that are either going to be discontinued or, yeah, I don't see many new, like when they announce power supplies from any company, silver ones coming out. So yeah, it's like either bronze, gold, titanium, platinum, those ones, or just like white. Yeah, Swizzy, I mean, for the RAM, it's up to you. At this point, you can, there's so many options for RAM, and they're all pretty much the same price, and they're all really stable in price. I don't, like, we don't expect RAM prices to increase unless there's something like, you know, like when there was a tsunami that happened, and the factories were affected by it. But it's really up to you aesthetically at this point. I mean, we're looking at, let's see, 32, yeah, so you can really choose anything you want, whether you want RGB or not, but the cheapest is looking like, is like 153, so. Yeah, so this is this is what I really like about PC Part Picker. They have the first world latency, which is also known as like the true latency here. So what you're gonna want to be looking for is, man, why the zoom is not looking good here? But you see here it says 10 nanoseconds. That's what you're gonna, that's like the kind of the golden standard right now, or the sweet spot, if you want to call it that. So that's gonna be 3200 CL16 or 3600 CL18. Now as you go to some of these ones where it's like 3200 CL22, you want to avoid that because the first world latency is like 13 nanoseconds versus 10. You want the lowest first world latency you can get for a given price bracket, right? So something like this here, 10 nanoseconds here, 10 here. You could get this one, but I don't see why you would when there's other options that are better for this, for less even. So yeah. So just keep in mind when you're looking at RAM, that's going to tell you like the relative performance or quality of RAM. This is assuming you're not going to go into like subtimings and stuff when overclocking, and you're just going to run XMP. So if you want to do all the other stuff, you're going to want more high quality RAM that costs much, where I don't really see the value of paying for. Okay, so let's see, going back to the, where's the computer deals? I have too many tabs open up right now. I'm kind of just going all over the place depending on what the chat starts talking about or bringing up. But let me get back to the slick deals, computer components. Yeah, I'm going to close a bunch of these tabs. Just a silly question, but is the Silicon Lottery actually a thing? It is, though I don't know in recent like in the more recent generations, if it is as much of a thing as it has been. So for those of you who don't know, Silicon Lottery is like for the same product or for the same SKU, you could still have differences in quality of chips, which could affect like the overclocking potential or capabilities of it. So if someone were to hit the Silicon Lottery, it would be, let's say they were getting an i7 13700K, for example. Hitting the Silicon Lottery for that would mean that you have one that can perform better than the rest. And there's actually websites where you can buy Silicon Lottery, I guess, components. I remember seeing it, but I don't know how popular that is. That's for people who are really into like squeezing out as much performance as possible. But I honestly don't get that trend because people are paying more for a Silicon Lottery like good sample version, or not good sample version, but like a higher quality chip, when you could put that money into other parts of your computer for more gains, if that makes sense. But yeah, I haven't been following if that's still like as popular nowadays, or if people are like, who cares, just, you know, squeeze whatever performance you can get out for your chip and then spend money elsewhere. Yeah, it's for people. Yeah, there we go. Adrian Smith explains it well. It's for people who want to break overclocking records, which for normal consumers, especially ones that are cognizant of how much they're spending on computer parts, I don't think that's something we really care or worry about. That's for the people who are super enthusiasts and like, you know, that's what they do. Like, I don't see Silicon Lottery being mentioned as much these days though as it was back in like the mid 2010s. Like I remember like 2016, 17, especially when I was starting to get more into the like YouTube PC related stuff. I was seeing it when I was going on Reddit a lot more, but these days I rarely hear about it. So what link is there? What link? Oh, so yeah, siliconlottery.com. I think, is this the website that is this the only website that exists for it? Because I think this is what I was talking about. Store closed. Okay, so let's see. Maybe this is exactly what I was just talking about. Here. So Silicon Lottery. So I think this was the website that I was referencing. Historical binning statistics. Yeah. So back when like Haswell and stuff. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So it looks like they went out of business, and they were in business for 7 years up to the point where they closed down. Okay, we're shutting down for 1 year. Combination, as you may be aware, overclocking headroom has been dwindling. Okay, yeah, we've been hearing about that, especially with like the automatic overclockers actually doing a really good job. Or auto OCs in like BIOS and stuff. Better boosting, yep, algorithms, tighter bins between models, which reduces overclock frequency variation, yep. Okay, so it's still a thing. It doesn't seem like there's much of a market for it though, given that one of the more known websites that, you know, sold higher bin chips is now shut, or like not out of business, but they like called it quits, it sounds like. So and again, honestly, it didn't make... I don't even know how this was ever a sustainable business model. I don't remember how much they sold the higher bin chips for. But at that point, I'm like, man, if you're looking for just overall computer performance and not just hitting overclock world records, you could get more frames per second putting that money towards a better GPU, or like, I don't know, into better cooling and stuff like that. So, yeah. Thanks for the link, though, Chris. I didn't have the website off the top of my head, but I remembered running across it a couple of times. All right, so, oh man, let's talk about 32-inch monitors, because Kevin Ngo has a link here for us. So let's take a look at this. Super Curve 4K. This is a 4K monitor. Okay. So it's an AOC monitor, specs wise. Let's see. 32-inch 4K with the curve. Base mounting, pretty standard. $230. What is... I would assume there's no way this is high refresh rate, right? This is 60. Yeah, so it's a 60 hertz monitor. I've used a 32-inch 16:9 monitor before, and it was huge in front of me. What are all your thoughts? I'm gonna end the poll. Oh man, okay. First of all, Kaka PP, love the name as always with the $6.99 dono. If you're interested in paying for Silicon Lottery, you've already maxed out everything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I would imagine that nobody in this chat, maybe Dolback Slaps would be interested in Silicon Lottery based on what he spent money on. But I would say a majority of the people that watch my content, me included, would not ever be interested in paying for Silicon Lottery. But all right, new poll is a 32-inch 16:9 monitor too big for daily computing / gaming uses? Yes, no. Okay, so I'm curious to hear people's thoughts about this, because I have a 32-inch monitor that's upstairs. It was a review sample sent years ago. I made the video and then I just use it now as like a spare monitor. But every time I'm sitting in front of that thing, it is so big. I have a 34-inch monitor, but it's ultra wide, so it is the equivalent of what a 27-inch would be if it was like, 16:9. But 32 inches for 16:9 for me, and for like just most desk like setups, it just seems like it's too big. Christopher Kuhn says, no, I run a 55-inch LG B2 OLED as my daily driver. How far away is your 55-inch, by the way, Chris? I'm curious. Like if you were to measure, like for me, away from my computer, I'm probably like 3 feet from my monitor. So if you're doing 55 inches, I would imagine you would have to be like 5 to 6 feet away. 6 feet. Okay. So you're on a desk. So is your desk 6 feet wide, or are you like lounging on a couch? The smallest you're comfortable with is 32 inches. Dang. Oh, wow. So maybe it's just my personal preference is way different than everyone else's. It sounds like a lot of people are cool with 32-inch 16:9s. Yeah. Well, yeah, in the living room, you can use whatever size TV you want. And if anything, the bigger the better for the viewing experience of media and stuff. But I'm saying, like, when you're sitting at a desk, like a desk where, like, your computer setup is, how big would you be willing to go? For me, personally, it's the equivalent of 27 inches or 34-inch ultra-wide. Yeah. But yeah, so this deal, let me look at 4K monitors in general. Monitor pricing is not something I'm super well versed in, just because, first of all, monitor reviews are super hard to do, and I'm set on my monitor, so I don't look at the prices for them very often at all. So let's see, gaming monitor. Let's just see what pops up there. Adaptive sync 60 hertz. Okay, so pretty much all these are gonna be 60 hertz, huh? But at the low end, under, like, let's say $300, it looks like. Black Friday deals and discounts. A bunch of So $215 if you want a 28-inch. IPS. Is this one an IPS panel? Does it say? The sRGB coverage is 121, so I don't think it's a TN panel. Oh, this one's a VA panel. Okay. Oh yeah, duh, it says right there. I'm blind. Okay, what else did they have here though? So $230 for, wait, that's one that we were just looking at. Yep, $230. Okay. So it looks like it is the cheapest 4K monitor on Amazon, and it is part of their Black Friday deal. What have we gone over? We spent quite a bit of time on the graphics card side of things, the RX 6650 XT, and look at the price of those. But I'm just going wherever the stream takes me, aside from like scrolling down slick deals and seeing what good deals there are. So what is this one right here? Micro Center. We can't look at Micro Center deals right now because they don't ship. Yeah, there is a cheaper 28-inch 4K monitor on Amazon. It's this one right here. It's this Philips one. And it looks like it has pretty small bezels. But you're talking about $15 difference for 4 inches of diagonal size. There's a 2TB MX500 for $124. But you can get an NVMe for not that much more. So unless you specifically needed a 2.5-inch drive. $6,700 XT. Wow, Micro Center. So the thing about Micro Center is they are all over the place with their prices. They're not always the best when Micro Center is amazing when it comes to CPU and motherboards, and then their bundle deals specifically. More recently, their graphics cards have been super competitive compared to Newegg. Like sometimes you would find cheaper cards on Newegg than what Micro Center had them for. But it looks like, I'm not sure if this is part of their Black Friday deal or if they're just, you know, if we're seeing a price drop across all AMD cards because of the upcoming 7,000 cards released. But something like this, a 6700 XT for $350, you have to pick it up in person because shipping is not available, unfortunately. But holy crap, this is a good deal. The cheapest 6700 XT otherwise, let's see. What is it gonna be, like $400? I'm guessing. Let's see what Black Friday deals they got. See, whoa, wait. This is a used one, but $325. That's still a crazy good deal. $325 for a Sapphire Nitro Plus 6700 XT. I mean, I'm okay with used cards. But what is the cheapest new one is $350 here. Okay. And that's the Black Friday deal. I think the price to performance play would still be the 6650 XT for like $260 or $270 what we saw it for. But if you wanted more performance, this is still a very solid deal. Let me get this link. Let me get a shortened link for that made. And I'm gonna put in the description as well. So $350. Yeah, AMD graphics cards, they're on fire right now in a good way. Not on fire as in like breaking or you know, heating up, but the deals are crazy. I'm gonna save that there as well. I have a feeling Micro Center will open up in Washington in the next 5 years. But yeah, it would be nice to get a replacement for Fry's leaving. So yeah, so that's a good point. This 6700 non-XT goes for 300, but let me look up the performance real quick. Because if I remember correctly, the 6700 performed a lot closer to the 6650 XT than it did the 6700 XT. But let me look at Ultra 1440p performance here. So yeah, okay, here we go. So obviously take this with a grain of salt and do more research. But let me see if I can copy image URL. Where is it? But for 300 bucks, I would rather pay a little bit less and go for a 6650 XT. I guess for another 30 bucks, if you wanted just a little bit more performance, I just feel like the 6700 was kind of a weird card. It was released like way after the fact. And it slots between here not like evenly, so I don't know. Based on price, I would either go for 6650 XT or 6700 XT. Okay, let's see. Adrian Smith said, I almost bought a 42-inch OLED for my PC, but I couldn't justify how much space it would take up. Yeah, 42 inches as a PC monitor is big. Soul Legend just ordered a 6750 XT for 400 bucks. 6750 XT. Like, the gap is almost the same between the 6700 and 6750 XT as it is the 6700 and 6650. So, and you paid 50 bucks more for it. I mean, it's, you know, slightly diminishing returns the higher you go, right? Okay, let's see. Going down more. Any other car? Isn't this ridiculous? Does anyone else find this ridiculous? How this card, in the current climate that we're in, where there's so many cheap AMD cards, and Nvidia already releasing some of their next gen stuff, that you still cannot find this card for that 250 MSRP for how long it's been released, and for how underwhelming the performance of this is compared to a 6600, which goes for like 200 bucks or less. It's ridiculous. This isn't me even being AMD fanboy or Nvidia hater or anti-shill or anything. It's just people are still flocking to these cards. And you know for a fact, no one is playing with ray tracing on a 3050. Come on now. That part of the argument gets squashed instantly. There's no reason to buy this card when the 6650 XT costs the same and blows it out of the water. Literally. Patrick McGovern says, I'm super stoked after I get off work in 4 hours. I'm off till December 5th for Dragonflight. Nice. I bought the collector's edition of Dragonflight, but I didn't open it because I don't open the collector's editions. I have the thing up on my wall collecting it, but I still have not decided if I'm going to buy the game to play yet. I was doing the Primal Storms event, leveling up my characters to get ready for Dragonflight. And I don't know, retail compared to classic Wrath of the Lich King, it just does, I don't know, it feels like something that can't grab my attention. So I may hold off on Dragonflight for a bit. I don't think I'm going to play on launch. But congrats on getting those days off, Patrick. And I hope you do enjoy Dragonflight. I definitely don't like the way that they made the Draktheirs look. I wish they would have gave more customization with the body sizes. Chris Raccoon says the RTX 3050 is a $200 card max. I would say brand new 225. I could let that slide. I could let it slide for the people who must have Nvidia at all costs. But I think 200 might be asking for it to be a little too low. Even though it underperformed, or even though it's worse than the 6600, which can normally be found at 200. But yeah, so that's enough of me complaining about Nvidia's prices. Let's keep going down. I mean, SSDs, here's the Timetech SSD that Jason told us to stay away from because it's, you know, the company that he worked for apparently used a lot of them and they had a high failure rate. So be careful when buying some of these, like, lesser known name SSDs. It could work out fine, or it could prematurely fail and you lose whatever the heck is on this. I'm assuming you're going to be using it as a boot drive, but yeah. Oh man, Kevin goes even pushing it down further. RTX 3050 is $170 max in his opinion. Okay. You know how I feel about Nvidia versus AMD. Even I would say 170 is a little bit too low. We're cheap around here, but we're not like ridiculously unreasonably cheap. I feel like 170 for a brand new 3050, that's asking for a little too much, and it's not too reasonable, but that's just me. Is Team Group MP33 Pro good? Should I buy it? Yeah. The MP33 SSD, they're good SSDs. They're good value-oriented budget SSDs. I've used a few of them. The only issue is, like, it's really hard to for SSDs in general, most people using them aren't gonna have them in their system for long enough to tell you, oh yeah, it worked for... There's not gonna be enough like sample data of hundreds, if not thousands of people using the drive for like 5 years or however long, going through the read-write cycles to tell you if it is a reliable drive. Most SSD reviews are gonna just tell you how is the performance, but there's no way to really test reliability. So in that sense, the reputation of a company is kind of important if you care about like long-term reliability. Where I feel like Team Group is, for me, it's like a household name now. I'm perfectly as comfortable buying a Team Group drive as I am, let's say, a Samsung drive or like a Western Digital one. Timetech, on the other hand, Timetech, I would not be comfortable buying, even if it is cheaper. So yeah. Patrick, you bought an RX 5700 for your HTPC for 160. I'm guessing that's eBay, right? Yeah, the 5700 XT, that was a crazy card, which we're seeing them for so cheap now. The 5700 XT, because it was so good at mining, and it was like at that sweet spot price point of like the hash rate to how much they cost. I think, weren't these like the most popular during the most recent resurgence of crypto mining? Weren't these the most popular Ethereum mining cards? Or I guess probably other cryptos as well. But like, I remember people wanted these ones over some of the 6000 series AMD cards. But yeah, now we're seeing them hit the used market for really cheap, so that's nice. All right, 12600K for 200. What? This is a sale? The 12600K being 240 bucks about? I feel like this is still pretty pricey. I still don't see why there's such a premium over the 12400 when you could just pay, I feel like, a little bit more and just get an i7. Whoa, 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 what is this? Okay, give me 1 second. What is this? 2 terabyte 2-pack? Are these each 1 terabyte or are they each 2 terabytes? 2 terabytes times 2. So 4 total terabytes, right? I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. Why does this drive not show the size on the label? Yeah, this is a 2 terabyte times 2 pack. Yeah. Well, no, because that works out to $90 each, which I guess because this is a 2.5-inch drive, it makes more sense. Because in terms of NVMe drives, I don't think there are any 2 terabyte drives under $100 unless you're getting that crazy Micro Center deal for $80, right? And it's being sold by Team Group Direct. This is their okay. It says SLC caching. Okay, so it does have some like wear leveling features and stuff. I'm pretty sure this won't have DRAM, which for again SATA drives, it impacts the read-write performance more than it does for NVMe drives. But still, as a storage drive, just as a solid state storage, regardless of DRAM or not, we're talking about under $100 for 2 terabytes. I'm pretty sure this doesn't have DRAM. We can look up the SSD spreadsheet by Numax, and we'll see if it has it in here. Which, again, if you guys, this is a very good resource from a very renowned Redditor that specializes in SSDs. This is it's not a tier list, but it has all the information that the companies don't want to tell you about on their Amazon description. Alright, so what is this thing? This is a Team Group AX2, so we can try to find it on here. And Team Group AX2, no information on DRAM or not. I'm pretty sure at this price it's not going to have it. There's not much information on here at all, actually. Just the read-write performance. Interesting. So yeah, at this price, if you're gonna buy this, just don't expect it. But I still think there are use cases for SATA SSDs without DRAM that are this cheap, especially. Is 140 good for a used RX 5700? 5700 non-XT? Is it good? I'm thinking that's standard. We can take a look though. I mean, eBay is the best reference price for used graphics cards in my opinion. Let's see, RX 5700 empty box. Yeah, sure. We're just gonna look at used. Hey, what's up, Elixirs? What'd it do to you as well? Okay, so we are looking at 5700s easily. Well, here's one for 140. You can just buy it now. So yeah, I'm thinking that's just the going rate. So if you want to call it a good price, I would think it would have to be down to like 125 or something. But 140 is not a bad price. Let's just say that. It's the going rate from what it looks like here. There's only one card though, so you can expect it to be a little bit cheaper in the local market because there's no shipping or taxes. But yeah. No DRAM cache on the AX2. Yeah, as expected. Can you imagine if it did have DRAM cache coming in at under $95 per drive, which are 2 terabytes in size each? That'd be ridiculous. From a brand that's not Time Tech, but actually a brand that, you know, people are comfortable with, Team Group. So yeah. Yeah, it does have other features in place for not having the DRAM cache, but I don't think having the SLC cache is going to totally make up for it. Once that cache fills up, it's probably going to slow down when you're doing decent size file transfers. But for, you know, if you're just putting games on there and loading into the games, that's not going to really be an issue. So as a game drive or like media storage, it's going to be completely fine. Okay. Actually, I actually like this deal. I'm going to post it because I think it's pretty good value. Let me get that shortened link. So 2 times 2 for 4 terabytes total. So this is what, 185 or 86. 2 times 2 terabyte AX2 SATA SSDs. 4 terabytes total. Okay. David's build says, just me, or is it this Black Friday low-key just not super good? I have always been of the mindset that Black Friday has been kind of crappy for the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. Though I will say that I am surprised, and it might just be with the timing of like AMD getting ready to release their new graphics card and stuff. But this Black Friday, we are seeing really good deals on AMD graphics cards. And then we're seeing some slight discounts on things like RAM and SSDs, like what we're looking at right now. But yeah, nothing too crazy in terms of computer components, just because there's no incentive for them to give that much more of discounts. People are going to be buying this anyways. So if anything, wouldn't you think Nvidia should be more incentivized to give discounts on their cards so that they can move more of the current gen stuff, since the next gen stuff is not selling at their high prices? I'm not gonna call it a conspiracy theory, but that's what it's been reported by the leakers, right? Nvidia is purposely pricing the 4090 and 4080 at higher prices, so that people who are going to buy them anyways, they're still going to buy it. So NVIDIA makes a lot of money there. But also, if people don't want to buy it, then NVIDIA is like, yeah, for sure, go buy the 3000 series stuff, because we want you to buy up all that inventory anyways, because we had too many produced due to trying to catch up from the pandemic, and right? So, yeah, I don't know. Right now, I have not seen any crazy good deals except for AMD graphics cards. I would say, like, I would just hands down recommend AMD graphics card to anyone looking to upgrade right now or to build a new system. Get yourself an RX 6650 XT or one card above or below it. They're all priced super good right now. Black Friday is about appliance, TV, and cell phones. Yeah, so those deals, which I'm not... How many people actually... Let's run a poll. It's been a while since we ran a poll. Okay, so the last poll results, let's go over those first. And then I'll run the new poll based on this question that U2 Nosy just said. Or not that, the statement that they just made. So, do you care about... All right. Poll is up. Do you care about Black Friday appliance, TV, and cell phone deals? So either yes or no. Give me the PC deals. This year, for me, I kind of care about the TV deals because I am specifically looking for a TV. But generally, you don't buy a TV every year, right? So generally, I only, for the most part, care about the PC stuff. Hey, it's RJ. Thank you for joining channel membership. I appreciate it. Looking at the poll results so far, a majority of people are saying no, give me the PC deals, which is kind of expected. JG Wright says, I don't use most popular products, so nothing I would want would be on sale. I'm trying to think of, for me. Like, if I wanted to replace my cell phone, I really like OnePlus. I don't know if they're running any deals right now. Let's actually take a look. Let's see if OnePlus has any Black Friday deals on their website. Black Friday Super Sale. Oh, they do. OnePlus 10 Pro 5G. With the Hasselblad camera collab. $550 from $800. The thing is, I don't follow phones closely enough to know if this is actually a good deal or if there's always a sale anyways. Like, hey, Spam Waits, thank you for joining the channel membership. I appreciate it. Feel free to spam all, Spam Waits, feel free to spam all the new emojis you have access to all you want. People use it to remind me to drink water. People use it to say they love dino nuggets, all this stuff. Yeah, Chris, I can run a poll for you. Let me let this one run for a little bit longer, and then we can run your question. What's your question to run for the poll, by the way? I should actually check what the poll is going to be before I say yes and agree to it. Oh, Note 9 or Galaxy Z Fold 4? I'm curious how many phone people there will be in the chat. So yeah, I can run that for you, for sure. But yeah, in terms of, let's go to build a PC sales. Slick deals. I feel like build a PC sales, you're gonna get more of the like hardcore enthusiasts. $69. I'm gonna start. Oh no, we lost the 69 on the no game the PC deals only. But there's more than 2/3 of the people voting would rather prefer just PC deals over the typical Black Friday brick and mortar doorbuster type stuff. It sounds like. All right, I'm gonna end the poll. We're gonna run a question for Christopher Coonan. I'm guessing, are you trying to upgrade phones? I don't know how many people are gonna know, because that's pretty specific. Like, I don't even know enough about either of those phones to even vote for this. Okay, so we're gonna run a poll to help Chris there real quick. Oh, you have both and you don't know which one to keep? Are they both foldable phones? Like, I've never been interested in the Samsung Galaxy phones ever, so all right, we're on the Reddit side of things. Build a PC sales. So this is hopefully a little bit cleaner than Slick Deals. But let me close this real quick. So we got some headphone deals. 69. Oh, I think someone just said this. Nasty Yoda, yeah, just said this. $630. Amazon 6900 XT. And we're gonna bring up the GPU hierarchy chart again. And we're gonna go to the 1440p because I think that's where this is very applicable to. Yeah, because I don't think they don't have 4K benchmarks. So if we look at it here, 6900 XT. You're gonna be looking at performance very similar to the 3080 Ti, 3080 12GB, and 3090 in terms of rasterization performance. This is a very clean, slick XFX Swift card, and yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how cheap these are. Let me look at. Let's see what Newegg's doing in terms of competition and pricing. Dan H asks, what phone do you have, Danny? So, I have a OnePlus 8 Pro. Wow. Look how fingerprinty my phone is. Give me 1 second, this is embarrassing. Where's my cloth at? Now, so the screen protector I have, it's the original one that I bought this used, but here's my phone. The screen protector is not a tempered glass one. It's one of the soft ones, you know, the ones where they try to poke a pen through it and it doesn't go through. But can you see at the bottom of my phone there? Probably not. There's a crack. There's a big crack down here. I bought my phone used with a crack in it because it came at a major discount. So that's the type of phone buyer I am. I think I bought this for like $300 or something back when it was going for like $500-600. Cammy Hudson, you have the OnePlus 8 5G non-Pro. Yeah, so we have very similar phones. So Kevin Go has a OnePlus 7 Pro rocking for 3.5 years. Yeah, I want to rock this for as long as possible, and then I like staying on. I like OnePlus phones, so hopefully I can grab like a used OnePlus 10 or something once they lower in price in the. No. Did you guys just OBS for some reason just lost connection? My internet this morning has been really weird. But okay, are we back now? Are we good? It skipped frames. Yeah. So, that was really weird. Hard to say what was the reason for that though. Where's Jason at? He's gonna blame the fact that I'm using the AMD encoder for the stream. But we've had how many streams problem free? Having one little hiccup. I don't know if we can blame it on that. All right, Christopher Coonan. It looks like most of the votes are going for the Galaxy Z Fold 4, which honestly I have nothing. I don't know. The foldable phones, the ones that I've seen in person, because I've had like friends have it. The crease, like, I don't like the look of the crease. I feel like my eye is always drawn towards the crease, no matter what is on the screen. Like, for the people who can use a creased phone that folds, do you guys not even notice it after a while, after getting used to it? Like, is it, when you watch content, do you not even see the crease, essentially? Hey, the crack, here, where's my microscope at? I'm about to show y'all. 1 second. I have a bunch of notifications I gotta clear on my screen so I don't dox myself or any of my loved ones. The crack on the screen, and it came at a discount. See, y'all are paying for a crease in your phone. You're paying a premium for a crease. For my crack, I get a discount. They are not the same things, okay? Let's see. Can you see it that well on there? And now it's way too washed out. See, you can barely see the crack on there. Oh, there you go. You can see it when it's... Yeah, there it is. Look at that crack. That crack is very noticeable. Yeah. I'm telling you, though. For like $300 for the performance that this phone gives, I will deal with the crack. How much is the Galaxy Z Fold 4? I'm just curious what the price is. What current phone would you buy to replace your OnePlus if it died? I would buy the OnePlus for sure. I don't know which one though. I like the very clean UI, the very clean versions of like Android. So that's why I like Oxygen OS, because it's very minimal. And that's why I had the Nexus 4 when that was the thing. So it would either be a Google phone, Google Nexus phone, or like a OnePlus. $17.99 without discount. You can get them at $12.99. Note 9 was $1K. Yeah, we're not even comparing the same things. Your crease on your phone versus my crack on my phone. We're talking about different price brackets here. But okay, enough about phones. Back to build the PC sales. So actually, 6900XT. Yeah, I think I will put a link for this too. Just for we've been seeing the 6900s and 6950 XTs lower in price week by week, but I think some people might not be realizing that. So I'll put the link to this in the description in case anyone watches the stream afterward, just wants to look at brief things of what I thought was like good value. 630 RX 6900 XT. Shiny snack PC cases. I have not, Carlo. What is this? How old's the Pixel 7 by this point? What pixel are they on now? Again, I'm not a huge phone guy. I do watch phone content, like, mainly because I like the content creators, like Dave2D, Marquez, and stuff. but like it goes in one ear and then a day later it goes out the other ear. I cannot keep up with phones. It's just not something I have enough brain capacity to, you know, stay on top of. But all right, shiny PC cases, shiny snack PC cases is what Carlo is asking about. Shiny snack cases? What is this? Shiny, oh, shiny snake, not snack. Shiny snake cases. Oh, we're talking about phones still. I thought you were talking about a PC case. Shiny snake. What is this? Like fake snake skin glittery phone cases? I've not heard of this. I'm curious why you brought it up though. Is there something special about these cases? Small form factor cases from China that looks really good but cannot find anywhere to buy. Looks really good, I think, is definitely subjective. There's I mean, if you want a small, if you look at TPU phone case, if you want small form factor, good protection, TPU, which is like a slightly harder plasticky version of like a rubberized material. I don't like silicone cases because they're too grippy, they get stuck in your pocket, and they attract lint. I like TPU, which is a different polymer, because it's still very flexible. That's what my case is. It's still very flexible, yet it doesn't attract lint and stuff like that. So if you want phone case materials that are like very, very slim form factor, I've always been a fan of TPU phone cases. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, MMG Mango TTV Land Party King? I don't know about that. But I'm glad you enjoyed the LAN party stuff. I used to be super into rugged cases. What was this? The Spec Tough Skin. This was the case that I had for my iPhone 3G in college. Look at this thing. It looked like a freaking industrialized, like, tire from military Humvee or something. Look at this thing. So this is the phone case I used to use back in the day. But over time, I realized, you know what? Just don't drop your phone as much. This is crazy. The iPhone 4 version was better. They slimmed it a little bit. And it still had a really cool, like, shape and look. But yeah, these were very good at protection. And then the OtterBox, whatever the OtterBox ones were super popular for being able to withstand anything too. I remember that. I never got an OtterBox though. It was this one. Yeah, OtterBox Defender is what they were calling it. Yeah. So these days I do the bare minimum for my phone. I used to do so much more when I first got my iPhone and stuff, like getting like all the different cases, doing the research, getting the different screen protectors and all that. But now I just buy the cheapest stuff from like eBay China as I can. Okay. Let's see. Back to build a PC sales. Ryzen 5800X 3D. So I'm curious of what everyone's opinion is on the 5800X 3D. So I'm going to end the poll. Wow, Chris, is actually a closer near the end there. Now with all the votes in, it's looking like Galaxy Z Fold 4 still wins, but the Note 9 isn't too far behind. Almost pretty close to 50-50. JD says, any more LAN videos coming up? I had a third video from the last LAN party that I was going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do it anymore because now that we've had the second one with Casey's PC surprise out, I'm not sure if people would want to see another one. It would be a more storytelling video. It's not like a LAN vlog. It was something that happened during the LAN that I thought was worthy of talking about, but now I'm kind of questioning it. So yeah, also, if you go to the mall, they usually have a lot of cases at those kiosks in the middle of the mall, and you don't have to wait, so. But then you have to go to the mall. For people like me who are homebodies, just don't want to leave the house, like, my wife has to beg me to go to the mall, and I have to beg her to please don't make me go to the mall. I'll do chores around the house while you're gone. Please don't make me go to the mall. And that usually works, so. All right, so 5800 X3D for $330 sold and shipped by Amazon. What? Did the prices go up? When was this posted? 2 hours ago. Oh, and Ant Online. Ant Online is a very reputable seller, but it looks like the sale price is already gone. Okay, so not that much of a deal anymore. Western Digital Easy Store. This is actually something that I have. I bought basically this deal. Some people buy these drives so that they can shuck them with, like, they basically take out the internals so they can still put it in their NAS or something, because it's just cheaper to buy these. But I use one of these just as a backup drive. I just throw like archive stuff on it. But $200 for 14 terabytes, that's pretty standard. Pretty sure a couple of years ago when I bought mine, that was the price I got it for. So not too amazing of a deal there. Well, so what I'm looking at right now, we were just at Slick Deals earlier, but I'm looking at the hot deals now. Or I thought it was. Was that? No, it is. Yeah, this is the same stuff. So I'm looking at the hot deals because this is the most upvoted stuff. So it's very similar to Slick Deals' upvote system, but I wanted to get away from Slick Deals because they sometimes have too much on there. Whereas I guess now we're going over here. We're looking at Amazon Basics HDMI cables. This is really speaking to the quality of the Black Friday deals that we're having this year. Where the top rated stuff. We do have some good stuff up here. But then we got some $5 Amazon HDMI cables. Let's see. Here's the Gigabyte. Oh, this is a 4K high refresh rate. Really kind of expensive monitor. $600. How long have I've been going for an hour and 46 minutes already? Dang. Okay. I still haven't found my TV yet. Okay. Let's see. 2 terabytes for this PNY drive. Okay. So this is what we're gonna be looking at if you're not looking at SATA and you're looking for. This is a Gen 3 drive too. 2 terabytes for 125. This seems pretty standard. Okay, Kevin Go, didn't you say something about finding oh yeah, Kevin Go, yeah, you said you found the TV deal, and I think it was, if it's the TCL one for, what was it, 600 something bucks? Yeah, that was the one I was thinking about. So let's see, Best Buy, man, that's where I bought my last TV. They just have great TV deals. But let me see what Kevin found. LG 75-inch. Okay, I think I had this conversation with Jason last night when I was doing some preliminary searching. $570 for LG LED 4K. Oh, so this is a 60 hertz one. I'm pretty sure when I looked at it. So it's a 70-inch. Yeah, 60 hertz refresh rate, right? So let me pull up the other one and let me know what you guys think. So TCL 75-inch. Yeah, our current TV is 65-inch right now. So the reason why I want to go for 75 is I don't think it'd be worth it to go 70. That's just, 5 inches. I think if we can get at least 10 inches or more, it would be worth the upgrade for size. So this was the TCL Class 4 75-inch. There's 2 of them. I don't think so. This is a QLED one, which is kind of like that in between OLED and just normal LED. It's not true OLED. So for $800, I'm not sure if I would even want to consider this. But so we got Kevin Go's $570 LG TV, 4K. And it uses their own LG Smart Web OS software. Which, do they even have examples of it? But it's a type of like the smart TV software that they use. Now here's a TCL one. Thanks for the reminder. So the TCL one, we have this Class 4 TV already in 65-inch from TCL. The reason I like it over like any of the other brands is the smart TV function of it is a Roku, which is kind of universal. Like, I don't know, like for if you guys have a smart TV out there, do you have a preference as to what you use, like what Google, I guess Chromecast, or like a Fire Stick versus a Roku stick versus whatever Samsung or LG had? They have their own brands of stuff, right? Are TCL TV any good? I've never heard of the brand. Yeah, TCL is actually like really good in terms of like value. It's a Chinese brand, but it's not really well known. But if you look up TCL, for the most part, you're gonna see positive reviews across the internet on them. So, so the price difference between these two aren't that. I mean, what? It's $570 versus $530, so it's $40 difference, which in the grand scheme of things is what, like not 8 to 9% of a price difference between these two. I guess between these two, which ones would y'all personally choose? And I'm gonna actually give a third option. I'm gonna run a poll on this. Which would you buy? And it may influence my decision on which one we actually get. So 530 75-inch TCL Class 4 TV, and then it's gonna be the 5 instead of $40, 75-inch LG. Which LG was it? LG. Okay, it's just an LG something something. Random letters and names. Or I'm gonna give it. Can I not give a third option? I gotta do it over here. Give me 1 second. Well, here's the thing though. Yeah, Samsung's and LG look good on display. If you saw a TCL, you would probably think the TCLs look good on display too. Also, keep in mind, what you see on display at the stores, most of the time is going to be the OLEDs. Like at the front of the store and the biggest TVs. They're trying to sell and promote the biggest, most expensive ones, right? But when you get to the normal LED TVs, it's going to look, I guess, not as good in comparison. So, yeah. Like, be wary of, like, you're looking at different classes of TV as well within the same brand. Okay, let's see. So let me ask this. Okay, so here's the poll question. Because, yeah, I think a lot of people aren't going to know what TCL is. So, which TV would you buy between the ones that we're looking at here, right? 570 and 530. 570 versus 530. And why, I guess. So we're getting most of the votes for the LG. Let me look up the LG. I'm gonna have to look this up before I buy it. Oh, so let's see. Why? That's a good point. 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Let me see. Do they talk about that in the specs? Wi-Fi. They don't talk about it here, but do we know for a fact that the LG supports 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi is the question. I'm not seeing anything about the built-in Wi-Fi / Ethernet. They don't say though. Hey, what's up, Wallace Mod? Thank you for being a big fan. Which Brian Aggressor says, which TV brand should be avoided? Honestly, I'm not too sure about that one. I think in-house brand is Elements still a TV brand that exists. I feel like I haven't seen an Elements TV in a while, but I think that's the Best Buy kind of like in-house brand. I haven't really heard too many good things about those. But yeah, like TV is definitely not my forte. Oh, Vizio. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Vizio. Yeah, Vizio. Yep, I've heard the exact same things. Uh, like they're more prone to having issues. You Christopher Coonan knows from first-hand experience. Vizios break too easy. I have about 5 of them, and 3 of them are dead. Hisense, I don't know too much about either. JG Wright says, I say LG because the price. Okay, so for the my question though is, for the people voting for the LG, is it because of the brand recognition? Is it just because you know or are more familiar with LG? I guess that's the point of. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the point of the poll. Just to see what people would buy. But now I'm really curious the reason. Because there are about a fifth of the people who voted don't know enough about TCL to vote between the two. But we do have more than half the votes voting for LG. And for me, definitely, if this was before I got my first TCL TV, I would have thought, oh yeah, LG, LG, it's up there with like Samsung, Sony, and stuff as well-known, long, reputable brands and stuff. But the user experience, just based on the TCL having Roku built in, versus I've never used the smart functions on the LG TV, so that would be like, for me, one of the cons, having to get used to another like quote-unquote ecosystem or software. LG wasn't this good 7 years ago, but for the past 4 or so years, they have caught up and passed. They caught up to, in many ways, surpassed Samsung. Okay, JD never heard a complaint on LG. Yeah, for the most part, LG has had pretty good like track record in terms of TVs. Sony's good, but I ain't sure about prices. Honestly, I don't even see Sony as a competition for TVs. Like whenever I go to like a physical store, it's not Sony dominating what's on the show floor. It's typically LGs or Samsungs. And I just don't even know many people that even have Sony TVs these days. Like when I go to friends or family's houses, it's usually Samsung or LG. So yeah, they definitely, it seems like they have the market share based on, my anecdotal observations. So LG is the move, says Christopher Coonan. Okay. Wallace Mod says, I've heard that some TVs come with ads now. That's interesting. I've not heard of that. Well, actually, maybe. I guess, what do you mean by ads? Do you mean like it runs a commercial, or you're talking about banner ads on the sides or something? There are ads on the UIs of some. For the most part, on the Roku for my TCL TV, I don't think there are ads. I'm curious if this. So I'm gonna have to look into. So because of all the input that y'all gave. Oh yeah, I'll look at Echo Show. Give me 1 second. Yeah, because of the input you gave, I'm actually gonna look into this LG TV as well as their software and see if this is gonna be the move. But for 570, thanks for the find, Kevin Ngo. It is one of the top considerations. There's ads on Samsung. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this LG is gonna end up having ads. With the Roku, with the TCL, because it is Roku, and I don't believe Roku sticks usually have ads, but I may be wrong. I don't recall seeing ads on my TV. that I have now. So okay, so someone wanted to see Echo Show. So HD smart display with Alexa and 13 megapixel camera. Wait, was it Echo Show 15? Echo Show, oh, it's the 8-inch versus 15-inch model. Okay, 2021 release. So I guess for a desk setup, what would you use an Echo Show for? I guess in general, here, I'm going to end the poll. We got, wow, this is a very even split to end it at. We have 25% for TCL, 25% for don't know enough about TCL to vote, and then 50% for LG. So yeah, I'm definitely going to look into the LG TV, and we'll see if we end up getting that. Why do you need a 13 megapixel cam for? So I think the Echo Show, you can use it to do things like answer your doorbell. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't be the use for it because the person on the other side of the doorbell wouldn't have a screen. You can use the Echo Show to answer calls and like FaceTime like calls, right? So that's why the camera is there. Does it need to be 13 megapixels as opposed to some lower quality? I don't know. But how many of you guys use Alexa or an equivalent smart home device is going to be the question. So yeah, just probing you guys. Do you use an Alexa or equivalent device in your home? So basically a device that sits there in your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom, whatever, and you talk to it to tell it to do stuff. Like But while you're answering that poll, wow, lots of votes for no at the moment. We've had them, but we don't actively use them, so I would almost vote no for myself. Like, we've put Alexas around the house, but they're rarely ever used, and it's probably because we don't have all the smart lights and stuff attached to them, because if we did, then we probably would. Like, you would tell Alexa to dim the lights or turn off lights in certain rooms more, but that all involves, you know, spending more money on the ecosystem to get that all set up. So that's probably why we haven't really done it. We do have a Nest thermostat, and the reason, so Kevin O says he has 3 Echoes, Nest thermostat, smart vacuum robot, drop cam. So yeah, we have a Nest thermostat, not because we want to tell a smart device to change the temperatures like with our voice, but we want to be able to control it remotely anywhere, like when you're leaving or coming home, to be able to like check what the temperature is and change it so that it's a comfortable temperature. So that's the biggest like feature of a Wi-Fi thermostat for us personally. But yeah, so we use the Nest thermostat. We do have a smart vacuum robot because now we have all hard floors, and that's a Wise vacuum robot. So we do have smart devices, but Alexa specifically, a device that we like talk to ask questions, to Google things for us, not so much. There's a software that brings all the smart services together. I forgot the name. I'm forgetting the name as well. Hey, what's up, KL130? Have you been in the chat for a while? Cause I'm just starting to see your messages now, but how's it going? In my experience, Google Nest always turns to eco mode when it's super hot when we get home. Huh. Scalarez asks what headphones do I use? I use, well, for the most part, here's my audio setup, guys. You ready for it? This is how basic my audio setup is. We'll look at the Echo Show or talk about it more in a second, but Logitech Z, crap, what were they? 330s? Nope, that's not it. Z3. You know what? I'm gonna have to find it by picture because I don't even remember. Oh, here it is. Z333s. So this is the my speaker setup that I use. So it's a pretty budgety Logitech 2.1 system. And for my headphones, for the ones I plug in, but I kind of hate wearing headphones, so I don't use them as often. Audio Technica M40X. These are the headphones I use for like if I'm actually gonna wear something on my head, which I rarely do. I like everything coming through the speakers. So yeah, that's my audio setup. Very basic, kind of like more entry level from these respective brands. So I'm not an audiophile by any means. Yeah, the M50Xs, those ones have more bass, right? Than the M40Xs. So I got the M40Xs specifically for if I needed to do any like audio tweaking for my videos. These are kind of like, supposedly, according to the reviews, they're more like neutral sound and more reflective of like the variety of devices that may be watching or listening, right? So, yeah. But for the Echo, okay. Oh wow, the votes are actually coming back. A third of the people actually say yes, they do use an Alexa. But what would you be using for your own desk setup? Like, what? Throw at me some ideas. What would you be using an Echo Show for? All right, Kova. I'll check it out on Twitter in a second. Which I actually got to wrap up soon here, and I feel like we didn't find too many deals, and we did look through at least a couple of pages on Slick Deals, and then Build a PC Sells top stuff. But yeah, what would you use an Echo Show for? How would you incorporate it into your own personal desk setup where your PC and keyboard and stuff is? Like, what would make it worth like buying and putting there? So for this, it's looking like you can in the kitchen or something. It makes sense for me. I guess if you want to watch a show and not have it on your computer monitors, which I guess doesn't make sense. But like in the kitchen, right? If you want to put on a show in the background or put on some music, it makes sense to have an Echo Show there. But when you're at your PC, what can an Echo Show do for you that you would want it there as an extra thing on your desk, taking up space and clutter that you couldn't already do on your PC and your monitors? Like if you want to run Spotify, run YouTube videos, anything like that, just put it on your monitors or in the background. So I guess I don't see the value of incorporating an Echo Show into your desk setup unless I'm missing something and people have other really cool ideas on how to use it. Danny Carvajal says, I like to have a background video and such so I can display it on that since I don't have a second monitor. Okay. So that kind of makes sense, but the Echo Show, I mean, would it make more sense to get like a tablet where you can use it for other things too and get multi-use out of it? Because the Echo Show to me is like a thick tablet. Like what can it do that a tablet can't? I guess it's a little cheaper, but you can also get some cheap tablets. Like if we go back, the 15-inch Echo Show, which is really big, that's 169. So Echo Show is a larger smartphone. Just use your smartphone. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't find much value out of buying an Echo Show, to be honest. Unless it was for like the kitchen or something. But for a PC desk setup, I can't see it. Derek Samampong? Derek Samampong, or sorry if I butchered your name. Are you an iPhone or Android? I'm an Android person. I've had iPhones in the past though, so it's not like, you know how there's those blind fanboys or like shills who hate on the other side without ever actually using it. I've used iPhones before. Now, granted, the last one I used was the iPhone 4, and that was a long time ago, but I know what it's like to be on the Apple ecosystem. And there's nothing inherently wrong with iPhones except for just small things that annoy me that I think Apple have slowly been implementing. But I always liked the Android stuff because you can customize, move your buttons wherever you want it, have multiple buttons on the screen, have an app drawer, things like that. So some of which iPhone has been adding as features, but it's just some of the most basic things. Like, okay, let me see. Do I have an example? Like, iPhones, you can't leave gaps in your icons, right? Like, if I wanted to have a page that, like if here's all my icons, if I wanted to delete one of these icons here, Android would just leave a hole there. And I could either leave a hole there or, you know, design it so that my icons are a certain way. But iPhone, do they still fill in? Like, if you delete something here, they all push to the side and fill in, right? It's just stuff like that. Like, why? Why is that a thing? iPhone does have great cameras. That is one thing I agree on. Like, for its time, usually iPhone camera quality, like at the time, the iPhone 4, it was such sharp, crisp images compared to like Android phones. But yeah, I don't know. Camera quality is very important, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to jump over just for camera quality when the price is definitely higher. I guess all the other flagships are getting more expensive too. I don't know. I don't think I would go back to iPhones. Derek says, LMAO. The only reason I would switch is because I get bullied for green text from my friends. Yeah, you're on Android 2, S20 FE for the past 2 years or so. Dude, how, like, actually, new poll. All right, so we're going to end the poll. Do you use an Alexa device in your home? 2/3 of the people said no. So, yeah. It looks like it hasn't hit wide adoption for at least our small community that we have here. I've asked this poll before, but it's been a long time. Plus, we have new viewers coming in always. So, what type of phone? iPhone, Android, and then I'm gonna put other. I don't know what all the others are. But I'm just, yeah, let's see what phones people are using. Hey, what's up, for sale? Yeah. I mean, it's normal. Like, people come watch the stream. I don't expect people to consistently always watch. And after a while, like, I probably get stale and boring. So, yeah. It's fine if people take breaks from watching me. It's very normal. I do the same thing to other creators, and I don't watch streamers for the most part, but other creators, like, I go a long time without watching their videos, just because. All right, something's going on. No, OBS is reporting fine, but for some reason on YouTube side of things, it looks like it's buffering. So I'm gonna pause that and see if that helps. Remember the Ubuntu phone? That was something I wish that caught on. I do not remember that. Maximus says, I've always stuck to iPhone because I was scared to drop my phone in school and have the battery fly out. I swear for the longest time, Android phones most of them don't have removable batteries. If anything, having a removable battery is something that people specifically choose phones for, so that they can switch the batteries out and not have to worry about charging it if they're the type of person that, you know, has to go a long time in between charges. So that's like a good feature to be able to pop the battery out, if anything, for at least for the most part from what I've heard. Yeah, it's been several, yeah, like for the most part, phones have been moving away from the removable battery part. So how's it going, Brandy? Long time. Kind of long time no see. Medium time no see. Elixirs says, Taking bets. Will my PC turn on running a 6650 XT with a 400 watt power supply? Which power supply do you have? Are we talking about like a 400 watt no name brand, or are we talking about like a 400 watts? I don't know, at least like a EVGA or Corsair or something like that. Oh, 400 watt platinum HP proprietary. Do you have the label on the side? Like, can you see the label where it talks about the different, like, what is the amperage rating on the 12 volt rail? I think that's going to tell us if you can run it or not. Let me see if I can find it. I bet. Oh man, yep, I'm feeling the tiredness hit. Is it this power supply right here? I wonder if they're gonna have a picture of the label for me. Oh, I can't see that. Is this the platinum power supply that you're gonna be using with your 6650 XT? Come on, where's a better picture of that sticker? Nope, it does not have the information. Oh, it's not on you right now? Okay. What connectors does this even have? You're not gonna be using SATA to like PCIe, are you? This doesn't even look like it's gonna have. It might have a 6-pin PCIe cable, maybe, but I don't know. Just looking at these, it looks like you got your. I wish there was a better picture for it. Let me see if I can find it on Google. Like, yeah, this is the part number. Also, HP proprietary, so it doesn't have the typical 24-pin ATX connector. Yeah, this is the part number. So it looks like you do have. How are you gonna run a 6650 XT? Aren't those 8 pins? I don't know if there's a 6-pin model. So this has a 6-pin. But I'm trying to think. With the 6650, have you checked to make sure? I thought the 6600s, there might have been a model that had only 6-pin, but yeah, so I don't even know if you're. Yeah, so in that case, I don't know if it's gonna work. All right, we got a question from For Sale. So I recently got a 1TB SSD, but I never heard of this brand. Is Next Storage safe? I've never heard of that brand either. Next Storage, 1TB. Because I got it without thinking. How much was it? Next Storage SSD for PS5. Japan super fast internal. Huh. Let's see if there's any reviews out there from NASCAR, Tom's Hardware. Here we go. Okay. So, Tom's Hardware did demo one, it looks like. Sony's Next Storage demos. Okay, SSD that enters the SSD market. Hey, what's up, Citrus? No worries about being late. My Thanksgiving was good. How was yours? As I told everyone at the beginning of the stream, I took a nap at night, and then I've been up ever since. So I only got essentially 1.5 hours of sleep last night. So I am feeling pretty tired. And I could really use a nap right now. But yeah, Thanksgiving was good. We had both families over at different parts of the day. So I got the one that said PS5 and PC. So I mean, okay, let's see. Next storage not only demonstrate high-end PC-oriented driver at the Tokyo Game Show, but also show off whole family of upcoming products. So it looks like you should be fine. Just from the little bit of information that we have out there from this brand, I don't see anything wrong with it. There's not a ton of actual reviews of it, but at least Tom's article wrote an article, and that would at least put me at ease somewhat more than buying a completely unknown brand name SSD. So yeah, you got the one that is it actually this heatsink? Those are such tall heat pins or spikes or whatever you want to call those. Yeah, you should be fine, regardless of what heatsink is sitting on it. Just coming from that brand. Oh, this one right here. 1 terabyte for PS5 and PC. Yeah, so with heatsink for $90, I mean, that's not bad. And this is a Gen 4 drive too. Yeah, I think you're fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Chill and light. That definitely Citrus. That is the way to do Thanksgiving. Ours was chill in that there was no drama or anything like that, but there was a lot of cooking involved, so that was a little tiring. Because we hosted, we did a fair amount of cooking and provided a fair amount of the food. So yeah. Danny Carvajal says, can you check V1 Tech backplates? Yeah, let's take a look at it real quick. I'm down to look. The stream, y'all are basically driving. No, y'all are essentially the backseat drivers, and I'm the driver of the stream. So you are telling me where to go, and I will go there. So you worked out on Thanksgiving. Was the gyms open, or do you work out at home gym? All right, B1 Tech. They have. Oh man, even more polls. All right, I'm gonna end the current poll that we have. Give me a second here. The concluding results is that we have 63% of the people who voted, at least, are Android users. iPhone users was about a third, and then other is 2%. So I don't know what other types or brands or OSs of phones are out there, but there are some. But Android came in at almost double the amount of iPhones, which is not surprising considering this is PC enthusiasts and gamers and stuff. I feel like I know more people that fit that kind of not stereotype, but most of my friends who are into PC games and stuff, they have Android phones. A lot of them used to have iPhones back when I did and jailbroke, and I think that's probably why we like Android more. Kind of more freedom that you had to jailbreak iPhones to get, for functionality. But all right, V1 Tech backplates. Where's their 50% off entire site sale? Use code Black Friday. So V1 Tech makes really unique looking backplates. But we're gonna run another poll because I'm very curious. All right. And I'm asking this because V1 Tech backplates, when they're not on sale, but they do have sales for the most part throughout the year, they can be pretty expensive. So the most popular product that I have seen from them that most people go for are these ARGB backplates, and they look pretty sweet. They have an LED strip in them, and when you get a white one and it reflects the light through there, it looks. If you like RGB, this is like a wow factor to add to your PC. This makes it look unique compared to just typical RGB fans and stuff. But I know that some people think it looks tacky. I think if it's done right or tastefully, it could look good. For the backplate that I did for James's PC, I thought that looked really good. Am I logged into Twitter? Give me 1 second. I am. Okay. I'll go here. Media. Let's see if I can even find it. Where is it at? Yeah, so this one right here. So like for this one, I didn't run it in complete RGB mode. I just left it as white RGB strips, and we were going for like a complete theme here. So I think doing it like this, I think it looks tasteful. Like it doesn't look horrible or tacky at all. And we didn't put it all over the PC. It was only on two parts of it. And it goes with the theme that we were going for. So in that case, I think it can look fine. But wow, we got a pretty split for the amount of votes so far. But yeah, like let's say let's grab an Nvidia RTX 3060 EVGA. Man, they have every. So the cool thing about V1 Tech is that they do cut it to size specifically for every type of graphics card, which is crazy because as you can see from the pull down menus, there's so many different cards and manufacturers. But let's just say we're going for the 3060 XC, and then they'll show you the backplate layout. How much does this thing cost? $50 off entire sale. Okay, so it's $64. So you add this to cart, and then this is not a sponsor spot, by the way. I'm looking at V1 Tech because someone in the chat asked me to. But so it's $64. At the end of the day, with the 50% off, it's like $32. But you do have to spend. Holy crap! Really? To get free shipping, you have to spend $150. Wow. Otherwise, how much is shipping gonna be calculated? Kind of expensive, huh? Shipping on this would be, hopefully it's not too much, $12. So you would get 50% off for the card though, but yeah. So people are voting so far. Yes is winning by about not 2/3, but close to 2/3. Do you like V1 Tech backplates? Aesthetically, again, I was asking for price aside though, like, cause you can go on AliExpress and find like generic knockoff versions for like way cheaper. But just in general, like the acrylic with the LED strip in it, I was trying to get people's opinions, and more people than not do like the look of it aesthetically. Hey, what's up, Chris? I am alive. You're barely waking up? How was your Thanksgiving, Chris? Barely waking up. Was there a lot of drinking and drunkenness happening? But I had a good Thanksgiving. Thanks, Chris. Hope you had a good one as well. I actually have only slept 1.5 hours, so I'm dying right now as I do this stream. Can you still use one even though your graphics card has a backplate? Yeah. So you can use this. It goes on top of your backplate. So you just put it right on top of it. In this example, yeah, it shows. Let me zoom in to the image. So here's a picture of how it works. If you have a card that does not have a backplate, you put these little magnets on to where the screws are, and that holds it in place. But if you do have a backplate, then it could go right on. So yeah, you would just be essentially covering your own backplate up. That's where they get you with the shipping. Well, the way that they ship it out, it's in like these large flat envelopes because of the way that the size of the backplates work. So I don't think they're necessarily profiting too much off of the shipping costs. Because of the packaging for it, because it is somewhat fragile, being acrylic and all. I don't know how much they would actually be making from the shipping. Mouse Hunter says too kiddish for me. Well, yeah, I guess for the most part, a lot of people who do end up getting these backplates run it with the rainbow unicorn puke look. So then, yeah, that definitely makes it look more kiddish, as you said. Less is more, to be honest. Okay, yep. Alan asks, Coalition, do you know if it makes it? Yeah, so Chris has a video on it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Coalition Gaming. Let's see if I can find it in incognito mode. No suggested gaming backplate temperature. See if I can get it as the first search. Boom, there it is. I got the right keywords in the title searches to find Chris's video. But yeah, I'll link it in the chat. Look at Chris just popping up from the bottom there out of nowhere. Let's watch it again. Where's all right, but yeah, Chris did a test with this that basically the temperature difference is like almost negligible. Okay. But yeah, for 50% off, I mean, if you're really wanting to personalize your PC and you're into this, who cares what anybody else thinks, right? I'm just running a poll because I'm curious. But honestly, if I like something and most people didn't like it, who cares what other people think? The computer is for you. 50% off. They run 50% off sales quite a bit throughout the year. They have them for like, probably Christmas. They're gonna run another one. They ran it for probably late. Yeah, they probably had a Labor Day sale, Veterans Day, 4th of July. So they have it very often throughout the year. Where if you ever wanted to pick one up, you probably don't have to wait too long around the corner to get it at 50% off. With $30, I think people spend more money on other mods for aesthetics than $35 for acrylic and LED with like a special print job on it too. You know how much custom cables that don't come from Amazon cost? Like sleeved cables for power supplies, like cable mods and stuff. Those can easily run up like $70 to $100 just for cables. So, it's just you pay more for aesthetics and extras if that's what you're going for. This is proof Coalition Gaming is secretly a rabbit. Okay, let's see. No drinking last night. Parents didn't feel well. And canceled. Just stayed in and stayed up late. Yeah. So actually, I have the second day of Thanksgiving to go to tomorrow. So I'm doing the same thing as you. Yeah. It's not the other half of the family, but it's just another get together, a group to get together with. So, yay! Another day of Thanksgiving and eating and food and stuff. Except we're driving pretty far. We're driving like 50 minutes to this place. So that means at the end of the night, I'm going to have to drive 50 minutes home when I'm tired and have the itis from eating a lot of food to drive home. So that's the inconvenient part about it. But yeah. Okay, let's see. What else? I think for now, I'm going to be done. We did the deal hunting. Aside from like AMD graphics cards and some SSDs and the graphics card deal that I was able to get that's over now, there wasn't any crazy super like write home about deals, I feel. Dr. Ice Baker, how do you become a member? Membership starts as low as I think $1, right? I put the barrier entry pretty low. In the right underneath the video, there should be a membership button you can join. But yeah, it's for the people who are able to support the channel beyond just watching and subscribing. So, oh, via phone? Shoot, that's a good question. I could have sworn I've seen membership. Let me go to a channel that I know has membership enabled. Like, let's go to Zach's Tech Turf. If I go to a video,
very quick and easy.
Yeah, there should be a join button. So I'm on Zach's video. There's like a join button right here, even on mobile. So if you hit join, it'll pull up the membership stuff. So if you're interested and want to support, I thank you for that. If you can't, then that's fine too. Oh man, Christopher Coonan bringing up the dirt, and I'm gonna highlight it because I think y'all should hash this out. Coalition Gaming, are you ever gonna unblock me on Twitter? Asked Christopher Coonan. So you can respond to that however you want, Chris. I'm not trying to instigate anything, but I feel like it is more productive to work things out with people, if it's possible. If that bridge is burnt and you can't, then it's by all means. I'm not gonna force anything, but yeah. He says he'll think about it, Chris. The thing is about Twitter and interactions and stuff like that, I don't think you two ever had a direct one-on-one conversation that caused that falling out. It was a result of other things happening with other people. So I think having a one-on-one conversation with each other is gonna be loads more helpful if you do want to hash like whatever relationship. So yeah. All right, we're not gonna be. This isn't freaking drama alert. We're not gonna talk about the beep. I'm sorry I even brought that up, but yeah. But basically, Christopher Kunin did something on Twitter or said something to somebody else that Coalition Gaming Chris did not agree with and rubbed him the wrong way. So then he blocked him. It was as simple as that. But like, for me, I have no problems with Christopher Kunin. He's been very helpful in the chat to the streams and stuff like that. And I have, he's never had any issues with me. So it's weird when like you have two people that you're friendly with or familiar with or friends with, and they're not friends, or they actually dislike each other, or there's beef going on. So yeah. Forzel, what is your... I'm gonna switch to a minimal RGB build. Do you think it would be nice? What would be nice? Minimal RGB? I mean, I don't even know what minimal RGB means. Is that no RGB, or is that just the fans? Is that one strip? I have done builds where it's completely filled with RGB. I've done builds where it's only like an RGB on the front panel with no fans or anything inside. No RGB fans inside. And I've done stuff that's like in between. You can make a computer look nice to every level and degree of RGB usage. From minimal to none to completely RGB'd out. Nick B says, I'm getting the Nier backplate now. Nice. Which character from Nier? Like, is it multiple or just one specific one? Oh, you're getting 2B? Okay. Yeah, let's see. Did Melissa text me? No, hopefully she's still in bed, sleeping. I need to go to sleep. The thing is, if I go to sleep now, I'm probably gonna wake up at like 4 p.m. or something. I have a raid later today. We're doing 25-man Naxxramas on my alt. So I need to not sleep through that. But also, Melissa probably wants to hang out on her day off. So, yeah. I'm gonna hang out for the next 5 to 10 or so minutes. Just still hang out with chat. So, whatever you guys want to talk about. Nick B, yeah, I am a classic WoW player. I got one of my characters to 60 using the event in Retail WoW and my warrior, but I want to get my hunter up there as well, just in case I do decide to play Dragonflight, so I don't have to do the slow leveling, because the primal event, the primal storms is going to end, right, once the expansion releases. So I need to get whatever characters I kind of care about to max level, just in case I decide to play Dragonflight. But right now, I have not bought it yet, or pre-ordered it to play. I have tried Final Fantasy 14, so now we're going to be talking about MMOs. But we can talk about whatever you guys want. We don't have to only talk about this stuff if you don't care about MMOs and you care more about the PC related stuff. Ask those questions and I'll answer them. But yes, I did try Final Fantasy 14 when what's the Dragoon? Heavensward. When Heavensward came out, I played a Dragoon to try out the game. I can't get into Final Fantasy 14, unfortunately. I don't like the segmented world. In my MMOs, I like it to be an unbroken, no loading screen between zones world. Like in WoW, you can travel up the whole continent without a single loading screen. And then you have to take a boat over to the other one, but that's fine. But in Final Fantasy and Guild Wars, each of the map is so broken down where you have to hit all these different load screens to go from one to the other. I don't like that experience in an MMO, because an MMO is called a massive multiplayer online role-playing game. The world becomes less massive when it is segmented by loading screens. So yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of sluggish combat. Yeah, the combo system, I couldn't get into it. I wish if there was a new Final Fantasy game that like a new engine and just like completely, if they remade it and redid the combat and stuff, I would definitely check it out again. Will I watch any of the World Cup? I actually have not been watching the World Cup, though I did see some things about the World Cup about Japan because they beat Germany, right? So a bunch of stuff came up about that. People talking crap about Germany because they were wearing the like, was it the LGBT Q plus armbands? They were getting quite a bit of hate for that, which kind of sucks in my opinion. People were saying they were focusing more on the politics than actually training and playing, which I don't know if I agree with. But Japan leaving the very clean locker rooms and the bleacher seats or the stadium seating, which is a very like quote, kind of like a very Japanese thing to do, which is kind of a stereotype, but a good one. But is there good stereotypes? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I saw a lot of that through social media, like on Twitter and stuff. So yeah, everyone was saying like, yeah, that's just the Japanese culture. Like leave things better than how you got them, which I feel like is definitely not a thing in America. Like, have you seen how trashed stadiums look after like Super Bowl games and baseball games and stuff like that? But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool that was highlighted and they were kind of praised for it. But I think that's just a good mindset and mentality to have. Like people who litter, I'm sorry, if you are watching the stream and you litter, I don't necessarily hate, I definitely don't hate you, but you are pretty low on the totem pole of like the types of people there are. Like you are pretty close to being scum of the earth if you openly litter. There's no reason for you to not hold on to your trash till you can get to a bin to throw something away. So, yeah. Littering littering keeps jobs. Yeah, that's one way you could look at it. But yeah, so it's just stuff like that, right? And another thing, this isn't even meant to be political, but because of the way that the world has been the last 2 years, so wearing masks is another one of those things. Right now, the general consensus, even by the CDC, is that like it's okay to go out in public because of the amount of people vaccinated and stuff. You don't have to wear a mask. Whether or not you believe in all of that, it's one thing. But if you see other people wearing masks and they're not doing anything to you, you shouldn't say anything or like bring anything up to like cause controversy, if that makes sense, right? People have been wearing masks in Asia well before the pandemic because they have been mindful of themselves and each other and considerate to not try to get people sick. So in this day and age, you can have people wearing masks in the store, not because of COVID, but because they might have the cold or the flu or something, and they don't want to get other people sick. And you can have other people who look at them and basically scoff at them and saying, wow, look at that idiot wearing a mask. The pandemic is over. So yeah, it's just stuff like that where there are other cultures around the world where I think they set a really good example for. And I wish other people would pick up on it and not make it a whole political thing or not make it a whole soy boy versus like, like you're, what's it called? Kind of like a pussy or whatever, Does that make sense? So yeah, that's just my whole take on it. I didn't mean to go all political about it, but it's just like people wearing a mask, and I guess in the same respect now, given how the situation or everything has changed, I think people who do wear masks should also not judge people who don't wear masks because that doesn't help either. Like, you can't expect for them to not judge you because you're wearing a mask, but at the same time, you judge them for not wearing at this point in time. It would have been different like a year or two ago, but right now, like even the CDC is saying like, if you know, if you're vaccinated, if most of the people are vaccinated, they're not even completely recommending it. So yeah. Yeah, just mind your own business, and everyone will be much happier and friendlier to each other. So I did not mean to go on a rant about that, but it's just social media. Jesus, Twitter. Ever since Elon has acquired it, I feel like it's become such a toxic place. Like people just don't understand the concept of just being kind to one another in this day and age, because of the guise of hiding behind a mask of like anonymous on the internet. People just are the worst versions of themselves, I feel. It was toxic before Musk, but I use Twitter daily. Like, it is my #1 app that I spend the most time on my phone on. It has gotten worse after Musk. Like, the amount of crap that I've been seeing afterwards. And I don't even follow politicians and stuff that much. I mostly follow tech content creators. But Twitter does the thing where it promotes topics at you, even though you're not following it. Like, it's like, oh, in politics and business, this is what this person tweeted. And that's how I see all this crap. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, so it's kind of hard. So, personally, in your opinion, is if you don't like something someone says, just don't follow them or be a part of it. Yeah. And I don't. Like, I always have to go to Twitter and say, please stop suggesting me these people. I don't necessarily want to block them because they're not even like in my life ever, and maybe they might tweet something out later that I care about. But the fact that Twitter just keeps on pushing this crap in my face as soon as I go into a tweet, into the subtweets, and everyone's just killing each other in it, I don't know, it's annoying. But yeah, all right, we've been at this for 2 hours and 40 minutes. The amount of deal hunting that, I mean, I feel like we were looking through random deals and pulling up stuff that people wanted to look at, but there wasn't that many crazy deals to like make note of. This was pretty fun though. This would be kind of what morning weekend streams would look like, I feel. Not necessarily the Black Friday thing, but just more of a chill, laid back stream. So imagine a 3-hour stream. Yeah, no, I'm not doing a Cyber Monday stream. Cyber Monday, I'm calling it right now, it's gonna look just like Black Friday. There might be 1 or 2 more deals, but then there will be like 1 or 2 less deals than what we saw today. Like, it'll just be shifting deals out for other ones, but there's not gonna be more or less deals. Cyber Monday and Black Friday have, for the most part, always been the same stuff. I don't know many companies that are holding the best stuff and not releasing them on Black Friday and waiting for Cyber Monday for them. So, yeah. But I need to go get some sleep. So, hope you guys have a great... What? Today's only Friday. Nice. So, the weekend is just here. And it's still early on Friday, too. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great rest of the holidays. If you're celebrating anymore and stuff like that. Thanks for coming out to the stream, as always. This was like not a standard time slot, but there were still a lot of people at the peak of the stream. So thanks for the support, and yeah, I will see you in the next stream and or video. I'm gonna go take a very medium-sized nap now. Y'all have a good one. Bye.